Hello. Hey, this is Rosa. Hopefully, your favorite real estate broker. Listen, my friends, I hope that you are enjoying the absolutely beautiful day today. Um, I've had a great couple of days. In fact, yesterday I went to one of my favorite spots, Mazzucato Cafe. Joe, you know you're my man over there. And I was sitting down, I had a double espresso in between appointments. And I'm not going to lie, I had a regatta cannoli. Hey, I work out almost every morning. I burn some calories. I got to also have a regatta cannoli when I'm in the mood. But, anyways, an old friend of mine that I haven't seen in a lot of years came up to me and he said, "Hey, I'm moving down to Florida. What do you got for relocation tips?" And I thought to myself, I said, "Oh my goodness, I have not done a video on the secrets, the tips, the way to relocate the easiest way possible." And it's kind of interesting because I've had one of my best friends move to South Carolina. I've had friends move to Florida. I have a gentleman that he wants to go buy a home on a lake. And I said, you know what? Now is the time to give you the tips to help you every step of the way so that you can find out, well, what are the secrets? What's going to be the best way for me to relocate? So the first tip that I will give you is take your time. Take as much time as you possibly can. Because guess what? You need to begin to learn the area. Sometimes people go on vacation and we make a joke about this. You go on vacation and boom, you just want to buy a place at the place where you were on vacation, right? But do you really know the area? Have you just been on vacation there once? Have you gone there multiple times? You might even want to use Airbnb or VRBO and get to know the area more often and get down there as many times as you can. Don't force a new area. It might mean that you might have to, and don't tell anybody I said this because I'm a real estate broker over 20 years now, but you might have to rent for a little bit, right? Try to figure out, hey, I like this town better than the other town. I like this neighborhood better than that neighborhood. Sample all kinds of communities. It's going to be important for you to be able to do that, right? Make sure that you can use work travel, right, and vacations to scout. So maybe you don't have a lot of extra time, but maybe you're like, hey, listen, now's going to be ultimately the time for me to do this. And so when I'm traveling for work, maybe I'm going to go in the same area all the time and I really kind of like it and take those evenings and afternoons and opportunities on the weekend to take a look at those places. Or use your vacation time to scout those areas. Once again, don't force it. How about the wonderful world of really being able to make sure that you are taking each moment and learning the area, of course, but also spending a little bit of time online, right? I know we don't want to sit there all day and all night, but guess what? It can be a great resource for us to read online, go on Facebook groups. So if you're into moving into Saratoga Springs area in New York State, well, maybe you want to go on Facebook and look up Saratoga Springs and look up online forums. There will be plenty of that stuff around. Maybe go to Google Maps, maybe go to Yelp, look up the area stores, look up the area restaurants, find out the Chamber of Commerce over there and the different businesses that are available for you, because maybe you're big time into one particular industry and there's nothing around and that might be a great opportunity for you. Or maybe you enjoy doing something and they don't have that at all. So that will be something that you might want to look into, is to go online, go to those Facebook groups, go to those online forums, learn about the area stores, the restaurants, and all that sort of thing. Important stuff. Sweat it. Sweat the important stuff. I know people say, hey, don't sweat the small stuff. And that, of course, is important. But do sweat the important stuff. focus on the important factors to you so that you don't feel ultimately a lot of remorse and regret. Maybe it is making sure that you understand the housing costs, right? What is going to be your tax burden? Will the taxes be less or more than where you are right now? I mean, if you're in Harford County right now and you're ready to relocate, I can help you. And I don't know, I'm probably thinking a lot of those places that you might want to move to, the tax burden is going to be less, but sometimes, of course, it could be more. How about if you have some kind of medical or health conditions, right? What's the availability of the health care there? Are you going to get the service and care that you need, that you deserve? What are the insurance costs, right? I mean, is car insurance going to be more or less? Is homeowners insurance going to be more or less? If you're moving right on the water, do you need to get flood insurance, and how much will that cost? How about the wonderful world of transportation, right? I mean, right now we know that those wonderful gas prices keep going up, and they're up and they're down, and oil's up and down. And now we just heard on the news this morning about jet fuel going up. Well, what's going to be your transportation costs? Are you going to plan to come back to this area a couple of times a year to see your family and friends? And how much is that going to cost you? Put that in your budget, sweat it, get to know it, get to learn it so that you can get rid of as many of the unknowns as possible. Be prepared. So again, when you go there, take some time out to learn the roads. If you plan on getting a rental car or bringing a car down there, learn the areas, unpack when you have the time to, plan to say, okay, I'm going to have this amount of time. Maybe it's 3 days, maybe it's 3 weeks, maybe it's 3 months to unpack, right? Make sure that you start setting up the accounts that you need to. Of course, if you're with one of these large financial institutions, it's okay. But if you like to do business with local people, right? Local banks, local hair salons, local barbershops, local gyms, all that sort of thing, you should start setting up those accounts and figure out, well, where are you going to go? And pick your doctors, right? So don't be totally stressed about it. Start trying to prepare yourself. That is a huge tip. And lastly, be honest with yourself and your partner if you have one, right? If you're going by yourself, hey, be honest with yourself. Why are you doing this, right? Are you forcing it on yourself? Are you really going to learn things? Are you going to be happier? Is it expanding your life, making things bigger, making things better? And talk with your partner about it, because if it's not, maybe it won't be the best ultimate move for you to relocate. But ultimately, those are the things, those are the tips that I wanted to share with you to say, hey, listen, do you need some help? Do you need some ideas as to what you're going to do to relocate? If you do need help, if you're thinking about maybe selling, please let me know. These are tips that I got from the wonderful AARP bulletin that I receive. And so I try to teach, to advise, to counsel my clients as much as possible, and to be able to help you with these things every step of the way. So if you have questions, if you need me, definitely feel free to reach out to me, Rob Rosa, 860-558-2122. I hope that you are having a glorious, amazing day like I am. God bless you. And this is Rob Rosa signing out. Hopefully we'll talk to you soon. Bye.